We kept looking for her, even when we knew there was nothing left to find. It's funny what hope does to a search party.
But where had she gone? Had she left, or was she taken? And by who or what?
We wanted to believe she just left. But the silence in that room, the things she was writing, it didn't add up.
We are in Bristol, Maine. My name's Raven Finch, and I'm a psychic investigator, and you're watching The Awake. They say the light here has been on since 1835, but the real mystery isn't why it stays lit, but who vanished into its shadow.
The search started here.
I just can't believe she's gone.
I keep wondering if I should have checked the lighthouse.
In a place defined by the sea and the light, the disappearance of Dr. Warren shattered the calm.
Pemaquid Point was supposed to be a sanctuary, but Helen's disappearance suggested something far stranger.
But where had she gone? Had she left, or was she taken? And by who, or what? 4 days the light burned, day and night. But the real mystery wasn't why it stayed on. They searched the cliffs for weeks, but the question remained. Had she simply walked away, or was something else waiting in the fog?
Had she left, or was she taken?
The readings were impossible, yet there they were.
We told ourselves it was just geology, that it had to be.
Perhaps geothermal.
We checked the sensors twice, maybe 3 times. It just didn't make any sense.
Impossible, really. But the deeper we went, the more we realized this wasn't about the ocean at all.
The light burned for 4 days straight.
Not a technical fault, the locals said.
Something else was happening out here.
They all described the same dream, the light pulsing beneath the surface.
We'd never seen anything like it. The ocean was changing.
They came looking for answers in the water, but the real mystery was what the water was hiding from us. They recorded unusual readings that day.
There was this low hum. We couldn't explain it.
You see salt, it's a crystal, just like a rock. And it was the crystals in the rocks. But why?
They found the capsule anchored exactly where it should be. But Helen, she was gone.
They called it a technical fault. The light should have cycled, but it stayed on. And when they finally looked inside, the keeper was gone. But the light rarely lies. It's almost as if the sea itself was awake. We know she was here that night. The question that remains, after all this time, is where she went. The isolation here is profound. But what happened to Dr. Warren suggests something far stranger than solitude. When the light burns for 4 straight days, you expect a simple explanation. But nothing in this tower was ever simple. 4 days the light stayed on. 4 days of humming silence, the light remained on, burning brightly. They say the dreams started right after the light went constant.
Look, I wouldn't call them dreams. We all just saw the light.
They called it the light that wouldn't die. But the woman tasked to keep it, Dr. Helen Warren, vanished, leaving behind only these strange patterns and a silence that felt unnatural. The light stayed on, they said. But the real mystery wasn't the light itself, it was what was left behind in the dark. But where had she gone? Had she left, or was she taken? And by who or what? She loved the ocean. It was her escape.
The keeper was known for her daily swims. She wasn't afraid of anything out there.
They say the light was her whole life.
On those calm days, she just loved the water. She swam every chance she got.
4 days the light stayed on, a silent sentinel. The salt wasn't just residue, it was a pattern, a quiet realization that something vital had been left behind.
On a calm day, she just loved the ocean. She'd swim for hours.
Helen was meticulous. It's hard to believe she would just leave the light unattended.
They wanted to believe it was just a malfunction, a technical fault. 4 days the light burned. And in all that time, Nobody seemed to notice the silence growing inside. The ocean holds its secrets close.
Her friends say she found solace in the sea.
She loved the ocean. On calm days, she would swim for hours.
She used to like to swim. It seemed normal to us.
The phosphorus glow suggests a chemical reaction, but the pattern suggests intent. The tides eventually wash away most secrets, but the phosphorus glow suggested something was still clinging to the cliffs.
The lighthouse kept burning, but the keeper was gone.
It's just so odd that she left. She was so happy in her work.
The salt was supposed to protect them, a boundary against the darkness. But the glow only illuminated what was already lost.
Maybe she was already gone.
She used to like to swim. It seemed normal to us. She used to ask us for strange things sometimes. We thought nothing of it.
They said the light was just a malfunction, but Helen knew better. She followed it down, searching for whatever it was trying to show us.
The tide always brings something back to the shore. These circles, they weren't just marking a spot, they were calling attention to it.
You see, salt is a crystal, just like a rock, and it was the crystals in the rocks. But why? Where had she gone? Had she left, or was she taken?
The cliffs hold their secrets tightly here.
It wasn't the sea, it was inside the rocks. It's like the rocks were trying to tell us something.
The ocean always called to her, a quiet whisper against the roar of the lighthouse.
The isolation here always bred a certain kind of quiet.
But then the calls started coming in. That night, we received several calls about strange lights seen off the coast.
The disappearance of Helen Warren raised more questions than answers.
The lights just came up out of the sea.
The light had been burning for 4 straight days when people started asking questions.
They certainly don't like admitting they all dreamed about it.
I'm telling you, it wasn't no dream. We all saw the light.
But the dreams, they persist.
Pemaquid Light, this is Sector Portland. Do you read, Helen?
They tried the radio first, naturally, but by then she was already gone. But sometimes the quiet realization is the hardest thing to face.
What was it about these strange symbols made of sea salt? What did they mean?
The light kept burning, day and night.
What about these symbols made of sea salt? Did Helen make them? Or was it someone? Or something else?
The calls went unanswered. But the light stayed on.
They found the spirals on the floor, long after Helen Warren vanished.
In the beginning, we thought it was just an accident, but that soon changed when we saw the dancing lights under the water, and I watched them with my own eyes.
Maybe there are some things we'll never know. My name's Raven Finch, and you've been watching The Awake.
A gull screams sharp, it cuts the sky. The wind's a whisper, it hums a lie. The keeper waits the